Hey, we're live. If you're catching the replay, give me just a second to get everything set up. I think this is looking good. Cool. Welcome. This is the Inspire Health by Jen gluten-free challenge. We're going to do a lot more. If you're already gluten-free and you're kind of like, I didn't know this, Jen. You're kind of tuning out, zoning out. I promise you're going to get more than just being gluten-free on this. Today, I want to talk about why we need to cleanse, why our bodies get sick, whether it's the flu, strep throat, chronic illness, chronic inflammatory conditions, mystery conditions. You've been to the doctor, you've been given all of the no answers, all of the medication, like why do we get sick? Why do we need to cleanse? I'm going to give you all of that information, but let me tell you something really, really quick. If you haven't signed up for the gluten-free challenge, it's January 10th through the 20th. You get to go at your own pace. So when you sign up for the challenge, day one, that's your day one, and you actually have a prep email. So I don't expect you to have everything ready to go. So go sign up now, and then you can click out of this live, click on my link in bio, gluten-free challenge, enter your email. So when you get off of this and you are pumped up and you're ready to heal your body and you're feeling really great, you'll have that first email. It will tell you how to prep for the cleanse, and you get to pick any 7 days that you want to cleanse. We're going to go beyond being gluten-free. Even if you've been, and I see a lot of you on here, you've been clients or you're a current client, this will help you. We'll go beyond just being gluten-free, but I gotta give something that's clickbait, and gluten-free is like all the rage right now, right? So in this cleanse, what you're going to get is a podcast episode, came out on Tuesday. So definitely listen to that. I'm going to go into gluten, dairy. Is it actually a real thing? Is there science that backs it? How do we know if it's helping us, hurting us? All the noise in between. You're going to get today's live, and I will send the replays to this. So if you're like, I'm trying to watch right now, I know I got to get off in a couple of minutes to get my kids or get back to work or whatever, you're going to get the replays. Today and tomorrow night at 7:30 p.m. is a live. Jeff had to be with his family today for something really important that they're going through, and tomorrow night he'll be back, and we're going to talk about the liver rescue cleanse that we just did, the 369, and I'm going to guide you from something a little bit more approachable, using a little bit of the 369 template, but it's like symptomless program meets gluten-free meets you're feeling really good. You're going to get a playlist. And honestly, this playlist is amazing. It's a Spotify playlist. I want you to listen to it during your 7 days when you're like, literally, I want to kill Jen. This is stupid. I don't know why I signed up for this. Terrible idea. Your body's giving you all the cravings, hankerings. You get the playlist. And then on January 20th, it's a Friday at 1 p.m. when you sign up for the challenge, we have a group coaching call that you can join live. You don't have to have your screen on, but it would be cool to see your face. And you can submit questions, tell me about, your personal experience, what you're struggling with your health, or you can submit questions to my email, Instagram ahead of time. So I really want your participation because I know this is going to change your life. I had a client, she posted on Facebook today. I'm going to read this. Her name's Olivia, and she went gluten-free just like a month ago after we had a reading together and then functional medicine. And she said, it's been exactly 1 month since Jen suggested to do gluten and dairy free to heal some of my health issues. I have truly never felt better. Top things I've noticed. Brain fog has significantly decreased. My energy has skyrocketed. My anxiety has been non-existent. Willingness to try new foods, recipes, and pushing me to find a healthier alternative. I did not think going gluten-free would change my life as drastically as it did, but I'll never go back. And I promise you, and I think it's the second email you'll get in the cleanse, I tell you a hilarious story about when I went gluten-free. But so if you don't want me to spoil it, don't listen to this, but I'll tell you the story now. The first time I went gluten-free, I had my Hashimoto's diagnosis and I got this award. My functional medicine practitioner was like, congrats, your labs are like top 3 worst I've ever seen. I was like, great. I was working nights at the time, loved my job. I actually went to this chiropractor because my knees hurt, and they ran labs on me. And they're like, yeah, you're super sick. Go gluten and dairy free. So I did. I'm not even 2 days in. I'm like 36 hours in. And this was in April, and I'm in my kitchen. And all of a sudden I start to feel like kind of hot and kind of shaky. And I just had this like beautiful euphoria moment where you just feel like the heavens open up and God speaks to you. And it was like, you have Christmas cookies in the freezer. And I literally had a box of Tupperware of frozen Christmas cookies, homemade, in the back of my freezer in April. And so I'm having all these like cool and clammy, need some candy symptoms. And I grabbed the Christmas cookies. I was having a withdrawal is what was happening. And I eat the whole box frozen, about 7 cookies. And I was like, oh, I feel so much better. And in that moment, I was like, oh, I see what these foods are doing to my body. Like, it's one thing to be hangry and need food. And it's another thing to be like, I'm having a withdrawal from a food. Jeff, he's going to be here tomorrow night and talk all about his experience. He's with his family today. They had a loved one crossover, so he's with them, but he'll be back tomorrow night. So, and everything's good. I know a lot of people have shared their condolences, but everything is good. It's really beautiful where she is. So back to the cleanse. Ate the Christmas cookies. Was feeling better after I had been feeling terrible, and then I was like, okay, there's a problem here. So why do we need to cleanse our bodies? I will tell you, any inflammatory, autoimmune, or chronic illness symptom, I have never, ever, ever in the years of doing this work, and like, I'm no grandma. There's plenty of people who've been in functional medicine for like decades, sometimes even longer than I've been alive. But I will tell you a little bit of what's nice about being younger in our field is we only learn the new information, and we learn things about like people's experiences on TikTok. I don't have a TikTok, but you catch my drift. So when I say all the years I've been doing this, like I'm no grandma on this, but after looking at hundreds and thousands of people's blood work through sessions and watching them heal their body and teaching them to cleanse and teaching them to understand food in a way of, if there's one thing you get from this video, remember, every time you take a bite of food, it either makes you sick, it either feeds inflammation, or it fights inflammation. There's a couple foods that are neutral in between, but rule of thumb, every bite of food you take, you're either going to make yourself sick or you're going to make yourself better, and you get to choose. And that is the most empowering thing when you're struggling with chronic symptoms, whether it's headaches, hormone imbalance, autoimmune, eczema, you're getting sinus infections, flu season has you knocked down. You just feel like your kids, my kids are so sick this flu season. I don't know what is going on, but I can't get anyone, like one at a time. They just go back and forth, right? Yeah, in the comments if that's been you. So I'm curious, today, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being this is the best I've ever felt, it's like, I can't even believe I'm living in a human body, and 1 being like, literally, this is the worst that I can feel. How are you feeling today? 1 to 10. Let me do a little troubleshooting here in my runny nose. We had a little bug, I think, running around here in the house last. Okay, a 6, a 2. Oh. Give me 1 more. 7 and 8. Okay. Now, it's okay. It's where we're at. There we go. So for where you're feeling, now I want you to tell me, so this is how you feel today. Now on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being like, I've literally found the best way of eating for my body, and a 1 being, I don't actually feel like I know what I'm doing with food. 1 to 10. Another 6. Awesome. So 10 being like, Jen, I literally could teach the encyclopedia on what my body needs, and 1 being like, I have no idea. I'm still trying to figure it out. How do you feel about what you know that your body needs? Thanks, Tisha, Karen, Hilda, Emma, everyone for participating. Five. Okay, so you said 2 on how you're feeling, and you feel like knowledge-wise you're kind of middle of the road. And then you said a 6 on how you're feeling and about a 7 on knowledge base. Okay. I'm curious. I won't call you out, but the person who said 7 of how you're feeling today, how do you feel like your knowledge is on what you know you need to eat? And I think this will make a pretty good point. because I know you. And I know you dial it in pretty good. So notice, and you can do this if you're watching the replay, 11. You can, so look at the number of how you're feeling and then look at how much knowledge you have. Now your last number is, right? And then you're going to find the average of these three. You're going to add them all up together and divide by 3. Math. Jeff, are you proud? Data. So your third number, how much on a scale of 1 to 10, 10, I implement and I always do what I know is best for me. 1, I'm so far missing the mark. And 5, I'm about 50-50. 80, I'm about 80-20. 90, I'm about 90-10. On a scale of 1 to 10. P.S. I've never met, oh, it's 11-11. Beautiful. On 1-11. Beautiful. On 1-11-2-3. That makes me feel supported that we're here all together. It's just divine. Okay, so sorry, I'm going to talk in circles. First number you rated, how do you feel? Second number you gave, how much knowledge you have? Third number of that knowledge, what are you putting into practice? Do you feel like you're like actually doing? It's not 100% for anyone. Not me either. I'm like, well, I know that I shouldn't eat all the things, but I do when I want them. But I'll tell you how this cleanse has helped me. Okay, 5. 5. We sound like humans. Yeah, 5s. Like human nature, we're not going to push ourselves to our levels of an 8. Love it. And you had like the person who said 8, you have that higher score and how you're feeling, right? So average all those together and just know that is like your readiness score for your body of how you're feeling. And there's a reason. Now, what I've found in all the years of doing this and all the years of living like this for myself, that as humans, we need a goal and we need a time frame. If I just give you a protocol and say, okay, eat like this and heal your body, let me know how it goes. We need instant gratification, which we get in the beginning. But once we start feeling better, we lose it. This is myself included. Cleanses and having a 7 goal, a 10-day, a 21-day goal. You can take the 7-day cleanse and turn it into 21 days. And tomorrow night, we will teach you how to go further. If you're already gluten-free, dairy-free, you've done my program, you're like, literally, Jen, this is the easiest thing. Tomorrow night, Jeff and I are going to take you through the 3-6-9 cleanse, exactly how to do it. And I promise you, wherever you're at, start with the gluten-free. If you've been through symptomless, that's great. Then you'll be ready for 3-6-9. You will feel better. But as humans, we need a short-sighted goal. I knew for 9 days, I was going to eat in a way that I didn't like and it made me uncomfortable. Made me uncomfortable about through day 6. And then once I got past through day 6, I was like, I love this. And then I broke the cleanse and I was like, oh, I regret that. It was great to enjoy the food. I think I ate too much, part of it, because I was like, oh my God, ranch. Cafe Gratitude's vegan ranch. So good. I was like drinking it. I was like, can I get another one? Just a little shot, please, over here. Yeah, that's basically what happened. And then I was like, ugh, I don't like the way my body feels. And that's just my set point, right? And so when we clean out, we get to find, I don't know why I'm talking with a pen. We get to find a new set point for our body. But we need that community. We need that playlist on Spotify to pump us up. We need these new parameters. If you've been through all my programs, good news, and you're signed up for the gluten-free challenge, it's new content. New content, new playlists, new recipes, it's new things. So, and it's free. You literally have nothing to lose in this challenge. You can only literally win a juicer, a session with me, my course. You can win basically the symptomless program plus a juicer. And there's 2 winners. So you can listen to the podcast that was released on Tuesday, Inspire Health by Jen podcast, Apple and Spotify, go on the link in bio. Just sign up for the cleanse. You'll get everything you need. Enter your email. You get daily emails. I'm going to take you through this. So why do we get sick? And why do we have symptoms? So we talked about as humans, if we're all going to find our natural set point, that kind of 50-50 place. Your 50-50 of eating well is going to look really different than someone else's. We need a container of community and content to take us to the next level for a short period of time. What was really cool that I noticed about when I broke the cleanse and didn't feel very good the next day is by the end of the first day, I felt better. So broke the cleanse, took shots of ranch dressing at Cafe Gratitude. The next morning, I was like, ugh. And then by the end of the day, my body had flushed it out so quick because there wasn't a reservoir and a backlog of junk in my body. We get sick because we have a reservoir and a backlog of junk. So any new junk that comes in adds up in the junk pile. It's like double tap on the hearts if you've ever had a deep clean in your house and it felt so good. Like you wash the sheets, you dust, you have someone come in and do the floors, you've painted, you've got some new pillowcases, you hung up new artwork, you cleaned out every drawer, every nook, every cranny. There's like no better feeling, at least to me, than having your house completely purged like once a year, right? Your body needs that as well. Because just like, think about you live in your body, your soul, your body is your soul's house. In our house, if we don't clean it out, right? If we don't allow for these deep cleansing periods, junk piles up. And think about, like we've all seen hoarders, or we all have areas in our house that look like hoarders, or family members who they have a lot of stuff and it puts us like at disease, right? Well, our bodies get disease when there's crap hoarded in the body. And it's great to eat 50-50. It's great to eat 80-20. That is going to keep your house pretty clean, right? You know, you don't always deep clean, but you wipe off the counters before bed and you sweep once a week and it works out. But if we don't have that deep clean, it's impossible to give your body a break. It's impossible for your house to have that break where it's not accumulating more junk than it's putting out. So a cleanse gives your body the time to put out more junk than it takes in. And I promise you, if you have autoimmune inflammatory conditions on the physical level, it is impossible that if you clean out your body, you will not heal. Okay? Also during this cleanse, I'm going to talk about the energetic and emotional piece. Because I'll be lying if I tell you your diet's perfect, you're going to be fine. You'll get about 80% of the way there, which is pretty good when you're feeling like a 2 or 3, even a 5, even a 6. It's going to take you to a 5, a 6, a 7, an 8, a 9, right? But to hit that perfect 10, it's funny, the jeans that I'm wearing today, I'll stand up, they're cute. They're light gray. I like them. I bought these just around the holiday before the cleanse, and I put them on. I'm like, okay, they feel good. They feel comfortable. These will probably be more of like going out jeans, or like when I'm out, not like working at home. Working from home today, sitting most of the day at my desk. And these jeans feel like comfy jeans because I cleansed and I lost like 6 pounds and I feel great, right? And it's not about the weight loss because it's about the inflammation. My body told me after 9 days, hey, I was hanging on about 6 trash bags, a pound each worth of junk that you didn't need that you've accumulated. And I'm like, oh, great. The goal wasn't to lose weight. It was just to feel good. But it's fun if that happens as a byproduct. Now, if you don't want to lose weight and that makes you nervous, then there's a way around it because inflammation works in the body really in the same way. If you're trying to lose weight and you can't lose weight, or you're trying to gain weight and you can't gain weight, it's both an inflammation problem. So you'll notice if you're cleansing and ensuring adequate glucose and calories, you'll actually be in a really good place. So I have never seen in the blood work with the clients I've worked with, when someone dedicates for a period of time to clean their body, that their symptoms don't improve. So right now, like, reach out, grab the power, take it back, put it back in your solar plexus and say, okay, Cheesy Mac, I see you. I'm not coming for you. I'm going to, for 7 days, show myself how good I can feel. For 7 days. One thing that I noticed on the cleanse that was really, really nice is that you get back to what's important. The cleanse felt very spiritual, not only because I felt like my vibration was elevated, but the meals were simple. I knew what I was going to eat. You can go out to eat and cleanse. Jeff and I chose not to. And so like we had more time together, and we had more time to like be with our dogs, which are like our kids. and just like slow down. So there's that part too, right? But your body, if you're having symptoms that you don't like, for all inflammatory and autoimmune, genetic conditions, or I should say congenital, because doctors are going to tell you that everything's genetic, but congenital, like you were born with it, it was there at birth or soon after. That's something a little bit different, and I don't want to lead you down a bad path, but 98% of our conditions, autoimmune, inflammatory, we can prevent. Type 2 diabetes, we can get rid of. If you have symptoms, you have inflammation. If you have inflammation, you have a junk drawer in your body that needs to be cleaned out. What do you have to lose for 7 days? Nothing. You can do this. And if you don't do it perfect, you can add on another day. You don't have to restart. You can just add on another day. That's what I did when I broke the cleanse on before the last night. I was like, Jeff, I'm just going to add on a day. And he's like, that's great. So I've literally never seen it happen that someone cleanses and doesn't heal. What happens when a cleanse goes wrong? That's an important question. So Jeff will tell you tomorrow night how he got sick. It's so good. I don't want to ruin it, but it's really great. I'll let him tell the story. He got really sick the first night of the cleanse. And sometimes that happens. But like, what about when people say, like, I felt worse, or I started using food to heal my body and my hair started falling out, or my blood work got worse, or something happened that wasn't beneficial and I didn't want to happen. You're probably not meeting your body's needs. And that's why it's really important to stair step into your cleansing. The 369 cleanse, you have 3 days to kind of prep and wade your feet in, which is nice. And then you have 6 days to take it up a notch. And then you have 3 days. It's 9 days total. So then the middle 3 days, you go in a little bit deeper. And then the last 3 days, you just hit it hard. Your body's prepared. Well, Jeff just went into day 6 on day 1 and he got sick, and I love it. He'll tell you about it. So cleanses that go wrong. Keto, Weight Watchers, I'm just going to name a few. You might have found that this does work for you because there's truth and there's good in every modality. There's some different vegan cleanses that can be really hard on the body. It's because a lot of times we don't consider our hormones and our adrenals when we're cleansing. So if we're taking you, think of a car. If it's a cold day, your body's not warmed up, your car's not warmed up, and you get in that car, it's been 15 degrees overnight, and you try to speed up the hill, your car is going to have some damage, and it's going to start to do things and sputter. I don't know much about cars, but I know that I've done that before, and it wasn't good in college. So your body has to be warmed up. It has to be primed. Your detox pathways have to be open. I have a podcast episode coming out here in a couple weeks about the keto diet. I had to think of when it was. It's soon. And how a lot of people use it to cleanse, but most people notice they don't feel better on keto because it's starting to back up your detox pathways, congest your lymphatic system. Nothing is draining, right? Will I be able to watch this later? I can't stay on today. Yeah, you will. This is, if you sign up for the cleanse, I'm going to send this video out as part of the prep for the 20th. 20th is a live group call, 1 p.m., but you'll get all these videos. Sign up for the cleanse, you get them. Don't worry. They're coming your way. So human nature, remember, as humans, we're not going to go 100% and keep, we hit this top tier of what our threshold, right? What our nervous system can handle and cleansing. I was getting a little irritable, right? On the cleanse. We hit that threshold, and we can only do that for so long. But the problem is we don't have, again, the community, the content, and then everything that we need in this container, a period of time to take it up a notch. It's just who wants to deep clean their house every week? It's never going to happen. So sign up for this cleanse. I'm going to take you through new content in a new container with a new community that's going to give you this jumpstart. It's free. I want to give back to this community. It's a part of us celebrating the podcast launch. I don't know what that was. It looked like an orb that flew that way. Nothing from in front of me, whatever. It was 11:11 on 1/11/23 just a little bit ago. So here we are. So sign up for the gluten-free challenge. I'm going to take you deeper than going gluten-free. I'm going to take you deeper than going dairy-free, but we have to start because if it's a 15-degree day, we don't want to warm up the car, right? Or not warm up the car and go speeding up the hill. And then throughout the cleanse, I'm going to give you a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more to go further. And then on the call on January 20th, 2 important things. January 20th, I'm going to answer some personal questions. If you're not comfortable asking your question in the group or you can't make it, send it to me and anonymously I will answer it on the call and you will get the replay. And then tomorrow night, if you're like, Jen, I've been through your program, I'm gluten and dairy free, I need more. Jeff and I are going to teach you about the 369 cleanse and how you can do it and the resources that you can purchase. But either way, everyone's house has some amount of cleaning. Jeff and I just purged our house less than a month ago, and I'm already noticing things that are starting to build up in areas we need to clean. Your body needs deep clean. You can do it with community, you can do it with new content, and you can do it in this container. So sign up, go to the link in my bio, the gluten-free challenge. Once you sign up, it's the 10th through the 20th, your day 1 starts. And you actually get a prep day in there. So you sign up and then it's kind of like, hey, here's how to prepare. We're not going to just start you the day you sign up on day 1 because maybe you need to go to the store, new recipes you've never seen in my content before. It's going to help you get there. So join us. There's an awesome playlist that was perfectly curated with in mind. I was thinking back to, you'll get the story if you're just jumping on in the emails when I first went gluten and dairy free, and I made it about 36 hours, and then I binged on frozen Christmas cookies in the middle of April in the back of my freezer. I needed that playlist. I needed this like, okay, I can do this. I needed a regulation of my nervous system. So sign up for the cleanse. It's free. You have nothing to lose. You can only win a juicer, a session, a course, and you can feel better. I'm really excited to show everyone how good they can feel, and it just starts small. So just like on that 15-degree day, gotta warm up your car before you take it 60 miles per hour before you go up the hill. Start small. We're gonna warm up. I'll take you to the next steps, and then at the end of the cleanse, you'll have enough information to be set free and step into that vitality and the health you want for 2023. So if you have any questions, just drop them below. I'll give it just a second. Scroll up. Yeah, so you can watch this later today. I will send, well, probably not later today. It'll be sent out in the cleanse. I'm gonna write this down. Cleanse videos and last email. So we'll make sure that you get it with the invitation to the live call on the 20th. Okay? Awesome. Yep, it's totally normal to stray. And it's not even straying, right? Like we're coming back to what we know is best for ourselves. And remember, it's human nature. Don't beat yourself up. That's the worst thing we can do to ourselves. And it's just going to take us further in that shame hole where we don't want to eat well. And when we feel shame, we don't want to give our body what it needs. You're human. You're not going to live at a cleansed state at all times. It's just like the bodybuilding industry. I work with a lot of women repairing their hormones after bodybuilding, but their coaches have to tell them, you're not going to look stage ready all the time. It's impossible to maintain that. So a cleanse, we're going to clean out, create a new homeostasis in your body. Then you can go back to a place where you feel good and find that new normal for you. So I look forward for you joining this cleanse. Watch your inbox once you sign up for emails, and I will see you tomorrow night live, 7:30 Central. Jeff and I are going to go through an extensive cleanse you can do. Get signed up, start with us, and then January 20th, we'll all be together on Zoom, and let me know how you like that playlist.